10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
1.
Control Center.
Hi folks, Pete Lane. Welcome to our Space Odyssey, and welcome to another iPhone 101 demonstration from Blind Abilities. Today we will conduct a review of the screen recording feature in iOS. We'll also show you how to turn on and off your microphone while creating a screen recording, how to ask Siri to share a screenshot and a screen recording with a friend, and much, much more. But for now, fasten your seatbelts,
Control Center.
because it's T-minus 3.
2, 1.
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
Hi folks, it is time to get started. In order to initiate screen recording, we need to open our Control Center, and if you need a reminder on how to do so, check out a couple of previous episodes in our iPhone 101 series where we discuss in depth how to access the Control Center.
Control Center. Airplane mode. Cellular data.
I'm in my Control Center. We should have already installed a screen recording feature in our Control Center. We can do that by going into Settings, swiping down to Control Center, and then we'll see a list of items that can be selected to be included in the Control Center. But before we actually launch screen recording, I'd like to show you how to relocate a particular element to a different location to facilitate ease of access. And of course, we'll use screen recording as an example. I'll first perform a 4-finger single tap toward the bottom of the screen because I know my screen recording feature is towards the bottom. Ideally, it would be at the very bottom, the very last element in the Control Center, to be most easily accessible, using our trusty 4-finger single tap toward the bottom of our screen. Here's a 4-finger single tap.
Notes button.
And as you hear, my bottom element is the Notes element.
Music recognition button. Selected. Screen recording button.
As I flick back to the left, we see that screen recording is before the end of the page. So it would behoove me to move it to the very last element in the Control Center. How do we do this, you ask? Simple. Let's go to our Settings app.
App switcher. Settings. Active settings.
I want to flick about halfway down the front page to Control Center.
Control Center button.
Single finger double tap. Now let me flick to the list of items to be included in the Control Center.
Included controls. Heading.
Now these are in order of potential items to be included in the Control Center. So let me flick to the right until we get to screen recording.
Flashlight. Actions available. Reorder flashlight. Timer. Actions available. Reorder timer. Screen recording. Reorder screen recording button. Actions available.
There it is. What I want to do now is relocate it to the very last element, the last of the selected items in this list. So let's flick to the right of screen recording.
Reorder screen recording button. Draggable.
Now I can do this in one of two ways. I can perform a single finger double tap and hold, and then slide the item, i.e. drag the item, up or down the list and lift my finger at the appropriate location where I wish to drop it. My second option, on that same button that says draggable, I can flick up or down and be presented with a menu of options.
Activate.
I can activate it, meaning I can select the item to be included in the list for Control Center items.
Remove.
I can remove the item from that list if it's already there.
Move up.
I can move up the list here in Settings. This is a bit tedious because with each single finger double tap on the up button, this item moves only one level in the list. So if I wanted to go from the middle of a list of 10 items, I would have to perform that single finger flick up 5 different times in order to move it to the bottom of the list. So I'll take the first option, which will be to perform a single finger double tap and hold and drag the item. So I'll do a single finger double tap and hold on the screen recording element, and I'll slide it down until I get below the Notes item.
Reorder screen recording button. Draggable. Actions available. Move below code scanner. Move below Notes.
And I'll lift my finger here to drop it below Notes. And we'll go back to our Control Center and see exactly where screen recording resides now.
Control Center. Airplane mode. Cellular data.
I'm in my Control Center. Let me do a 4-finger touch to the bottom of the screen and see if screen recording is our very last element.
Screen recording button.
Yep, there it is. Very simple and quick to access as I need it. Now let's get back to our task at hand to explore the screen recording feature and taking and sharing a screenshot. I'm still in my Control Center, so I will now do a single finger double tap on my screen recording feature.
Selected. Screen recording button. Actions available.
And we are welcomed by that pleasant little beeping sound. Okay, from here I'll go to my app switcher and we'll go over to the Blind Abilities app.
App switcher, Blind Abilities.
It contains all of the Blind Abilities product lines, all of our podcast feeds, single finger double tap.
Blind Abilities, back button.
And here we are in Blind Abilities. The first thing we will do is explore the various vehicles on which we publish podcasts, blogs, and other information.
All button, heading 1 of 4, selected, audio button, heading 2 of 4, text button, heading 3 of 4, more, ellipsis button, heading 4 of 4.
But the most common, of course, is audio for our podcasts.
Selected, audio.
And let's jump to a recent podcast.
Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, episode played, iPhone101 Quick Bites, 6 Quick Bites for the iPhone, and more.
This is the first episode of the new Quick Bites series that Jeff produced. Let's take a look at some of the controls within the Blind Abilities app itself.
Sleep timer button. Next episode button. Next 30 button. Play pause button. Back 30 button. Previous episode button.
You see we have a variety of ways to control your listening experience.
Speed 1x button.
Including a variable playback speed controller. This can go up to 2x and as slow as 0.5x.
5, 55, 80% adjustable.
And here's our current progress in the Quick Bites episode. We're currently at 80% played. Now this is a slider control, so I will flick down to go back to the beginning.
0%. iPhone101 Quick Bites, 0 of 7, 26.
And now we're down at 0 of a little more than 7 minutes.
Icons play button.
Let's hit the play button. Single finger double tap.
Icons pause button.
Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. As part of our iPhone 101 series, which you can find on www.blindabilities.com, just type in iPhone 101 into the category section and you'll get access to all the iPhone 101 demonstrations.
And I pause that podcast playback. Now let's ask Siri to take a screenshot. After all, that's one of the actions in the title of this demo. Hey Siri, take a screenshot and send to Jeff Thompson.
Send this photo to Jeff Thompson?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
Message received from Jeff. Do you have your screen curtain turned on?
Oh, we have a response. Here's a tip on doing a screenshot, which again is merely a photo of the current screen that you're viewing. Before sending your screenshot, be sure to turn off your screen curtain, or the only thing that people with vision will see will be as Jeff describes it here.
Messages, now, Jeff Thompson, I thought you were showing me a bunch of black microphones that I could choose from in my next adventure on buying a microphone. My gosh, there's a lot of them in that photo.
So there's a good tip. I'll go ahead and turn off my screen curtain.
Screen curtained off.
Ask Siri to take a screenshot and send it to Jeff. Send screenshot to Jeff Thompson.
Okay, it's sent.
Screenshot to Jeff Thompson button. Messages, message, text field is editing. Is that one better? Send message. Messages, now, Jeff Thompson, yes, that is a list of all the latest podcasts.
And there we go. A side note, this isn't quite as important if you're sharing an actual screen recording, because the screen recording feature will pick up the audio as well as any video or visual effects within the recording itself. We hear all of the voiceover activity, the flicks and the sounds, and all of the other audio features that go along with navigating through our phone with voiceover. You can also turn on your microphone while doing a screen recording, which we'll explore briefly in just a few minutes. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and send the screen recording to Jeff as well.
Video, a black screen with nothing on it.
Send this video to Jeff Thompson.
Okay, it's sent.
All right, looks like we have successfully sent a screenshot and a screen recording. Now, screenshots and screen recordings are deposited in your Photos app. So we'll go over there now using the app switcher and see if we can locate that screenshot that we sent to Jeff.
App switcher, Blind Abilities, active. Photos, active.
Here we are in Photos.
Photos, add, button, albums, heading, recents, 160 photos.
I'll go to my Recents category, flick down to the bottom of the list, which is quite lengthy.
Screenshot, 1:23 p.m., a black screen with nothing on it.
And there it is as promised in our Photos app. And now a quick review of how we can activate our microphone feature to accompany the other sounds that are captured in the screen recording. As we get to screen recording in our control center.
Selected, screen recording, button, actions available.
Here we are now. You heard the term actions available. Actions imply that we can flick up or down for a menu of available options.
Activate, default.
We'll flick up and hear open controls.
Open controls.
We have options, open controls and activate, and we'll select open controls, single finger double tap.
Open controls. Start recording button.
There's our start recording button.
Microphone off button.
And here's our microphone. It is a toggle. It's off now. I'll toggle it to the on position.
Microphone on.
We'll start the recording with the microphone on.
Start recording button. 3, 2, 1.
This is a test of the screen recording feature with the microphone in the on position. Now we'll turn our microphone back to the off position
Microphone off.
and single finger double tap on stop recording.
Stop recording button.
So now, in order to stop screen recording, we go back to our control center, find our screen recording,
Selected. Screen recording button. Actions available.
do a single finger double tap, and I'll be gone.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the
reality of blind abilities.
The realities of blind
abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.